Call the Jamaica Selectboard meeting to order, Monday, March 24th at 7:11. First on the agenda is to approve the minutes of the March 10th Selectboard meeting. If you all would review those, please.
Oops, trying to find someone else.
There's on number 11, just a typographical error under Pikes Falls, Brian Chapin, not a bracket.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have those.
And also, yes, you know, right.
They're, yeah, it's like go to the first page.
This is the tag one?
This is the tag on. Right there. It's just that I have the original here to sign, and that's just for you too. Okay, also, David, halfway down number 11, or a quarter of a way. Planning Commission.
I'm sorry?
It's David. Take the N out of David.
And where are we looking?
Number 11, about a quarter of a way down.
Mm-hmm.
Planning Commission and Zoning Board.
Uh-huh.
And then the R can go closer to the,
Okay.
if you want to really.
Sure.
That's okay.
We're
You just
getting-
have long fingers.
Is she going to get a copy back of the corrected ones, or will we put all this corrections in there?
This is our organizational meeting.
Oh, you're working on the 10th.
We're working on the
Yeah.
10th.
Oh,
Got
okay.
it, Tom?
Yep.
But you're working on the 10th.
Yeah.
On item number 9, second line, necessary documents to comply with. Insert the word with, the NIMS standards.
How about number 12, the whole thing? Dr. Flower asked to relieve Mr. Coyne from some of his duties by assuming the oversight of the transfer station. I think what we were talking about was who was going to take over the transfer station, as I never had that job to begin with. And I still think that I'm the like assistant transfer station supervisor. So I think what it looks like, you know, I had the job and I was relieved, like, you know,
Because we usually.
where I think that Judy took over for Lou.
For Lou.
That's correct.
Okay.
That's not what it says, so
Right.
it looks like I tried to do it and I was relieved of some of my duties.
Okay.
I remember it said that Dr. Flower offered to assume some of
Well,
the
we could just say
duties.
that she
Was
Well,
asked-
she did all that, but she
Well,
took
Dr.
over
Flowers
Lou's
asked
job.
Yeah,
To
whose
us-
job?
to-
Not your job.
Yeah.
But I thought it was your job.
No, I never was the,
The duties
Yeah.
of the transfer station,
Uh-huh.
right, was,
duties of the supervisor.
So how are you phrasing it again?
Okay, Dr. Flower was asked,
Was asked or
Or
asked?
I asked, actually.
offered.
Dr. Flower offered to take over the supervisory duties of the transfer station.
That sounds good.
Sure.
Close enough.
Do you want to reference Lou's absence?
No, because this is a whole new
Okay.
organizational meeting.
Take over the supervisor duties of the transfer station, right?
Right. And number 13 should be commissioner, take out the D, put an R.
You know, I didn't think of this the first time I read 13, but that sounds almost like a challenge.
I'm sorry, which one?
13. I didn't mean it to sound like a challenge, more knowledgeable. I mean, what I'm trying to say is we want somebody who's actually qualified.
A more qualified person?
How about we do that?
All right.
Yeah, more qualified.
What number was that, 13?
13.
Yeah, instead of knowledgeable, put in qualified. Because it sounds like, yeah, you can't find anybody who knows better more than I do. No, no, qualified.
We'll do qualified.
Well,
We
does,
can relieve you from that.
That's adorable. It still sounds,
Or the more qualified person would like to take over the position.
Okay,
Does that sound better?
sure.
Or it doesn't really matter?
Probably doesn't matter.
Doesn't
I
matter.
think
Okay, we'll leave it like it
matters
is.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just want to make sure everybody understands. I admit that I'm not the best person.
you could become.
In my next life.
Okay, are there any more corrections or omissions? If none, can we have a motion?
I make a motion, we accept the organizational meeting amended.
With the corrections, okay.
With
I-
corrections or as amended.
Second that.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Minutes for the March 10th meeting are approved. Number 2 on the agenda, approve the timesheets for the town office, listed county and transfer station. Number 3, review and sign select board orders. Number 4, public concerns. Are you a public concern, madame?
I guess.
Okay, you're on.
I guess it's not technically public. Just coming to formally ask for a review.
Yes, we discussed that, and we will be, as soon as we were waiting for the town meeting to be over with and kind of get organized here, and we will be doing a review with our employees.
Okay.
We've already completed the highway department, and we are now going to continue with the transfer station and the office.
We were just talking about it.
Yeah, we were just
So
town meeting came up.
I can't give you a date right now. We'll have to get together and go over some things and then set up a time. You know, we'll do it when you're working here and just come in and do the review.
Okay.
It's here too.
I think it will be good on all sides.
Yeah, well, we plan to do that since we just kind of,
Yeah, it's time. actually.
Yeah.
we've never done it with the town
3
office.
years starting in May.
We've never done it with the town office.
Yeah.
I think it's important to recognize that prior to our current administration, you and Terry, these were not hired employees. These were voted on.
Right.
Yeah.
And so we're breaking new ground, we're setting new
Yeah.
procedures, so that's something we're trying to be careful of.
But I guess Carrie and I have been at our post for coming on 3 years.
Wow.
So,
And we are very pleased that we're still here after 3 years.
So, yes, we will be doing that very shortly.
okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Do you have anything else? Oops.
Is it out of order if Pat has anything else, if I can just ask her something
Sure.
about
Sure.
late
I will
permits?
put on my tongue.
Okay, go ahead.
Last meeting, I was asking, do we receive any monies or does the state for permits, late
It's,
permits?
I believe some towns do collect $10 per weight permit, and that's why some of them come in with a $10 check.
Because I have one here from Basin Brothers. Now, do you return that check to them, or do we keep it?
I believe that's only come one time before, and you've instructed me to return the check.
Okay, so we aren't keeping the
$10.
$10. No,
In
we send it
the,
back.
in the orange book with the description of how he's supposed to manage that, there was the option
Of either, yes, and we've always
for.
sent it back to
Yeah.
them.
I'm
I didn't
guessing,
know that, I wanted to ask you.
yeah, that's okay. I'm guessing part of it might be the $10 might fund putting all the signs up for the weight restrictions and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, maybe what we should do is probably further
As I read
discuss
that,
Yeah.
I think her position is well taken, because as I'm putting these things together,
Because we get quite a few,
we do,
and
and
usually it's a one-shot deal.
Yeah.
and also now that we're on, whatever it's called, I can't remember what it's called, where we now are reporting to the state our roads that have, bridges that have restrictions, we now have to, as she said, put up some signs
Right.
and
And the cost.
post these things. So there is a cost that we're going to begin having to
Right.
pay attention to. So we may want to reconsider the free road weight
Okay,
standard.
why don't we look through that book and
Okay.
that part of it?
Sure.
And I think the other thing too to consider is there's lots of companies that do trucking in town, large weights that never send anything in for their permit or their insurance. Usually we get both the permit, the overweight permit, and a insurance form
Right,
that says that
liability.
this trucking company has insurance and everything
I
like that.
think we've got to do a little research on that too, because are you talking about like the fuel companies? No?
Fuel companies, the excavating companies,
Excavating should come under like Basin Brothers and
Right, those-
all that.
There's an exception built in for essential services, like
for
oil
essential
trucks, those kinds of
services,
things.
Right,
But construction vehicles, commercial logging vehicles,
right.
those sorts of things,
Needs
they
to have-
put a wear and tear on our
Right, They
highways.
should do the weight permit, but I think the service ones don't. But we'll,
I believe that's correct, the service, essential
we've talked
services.
about that before, and I believe it's, but we'll double check on that one.
But I think there is a cost. I mean, there's a cost to maintain the roads. Now we're gonna have to post the bridges, there's a cost to that. If a company calls the state to find out what particular roads or bridges could be a weight issue in a particular town, they have to pay for that information from the state.
Right, but what we're dealing with right now is, usually the construction companies will
Right.
send in their overweight permits.
Yep.
Coda and Coda, Curly Wheel, whatever. I think they're exempt from that, but we will double check that.
Yeah.
We
can look at
should.
that. Yeah.
And I think that's what it is. And if we want to, keep the $10, we'll have to vote on that and decide what we're going to do.
And we're gonna have to set a date too, because we've been forgetting lots of others. And so we
Right.
have to figure out how to balance that out
Right.
fairly.
It's new in the year, so we should
Mhm.
do it at the
Yeah.
next meeting.
All right, let's take a look at that. I'll find that
That's
out.
a good idea.
Thank you.
Okay, do you have anything else, Pat? Okay, thank you. Okay, next on the agenda is to review, I've asked everybody to review the minutes of the annual town meeting minutes. We didn't do it last week, it was tabled from last week, 2 weeks ago. So, has anybody found any errors or omissions or additions?
Well, we've discussed several of them. There's a few minor ones and one or two.
We didn't discuss them yet, you're going to discuss them now,
We're going to discuss them now, yeah. The thing is, there's a couple of things that we've located that need to
that
be,
you located.
yes,
Okay,
we in the global royal.
I found one.
She found one, I found 5 or 6.
Yeah.
okay, who
Want me
wants
to
to start
start?
first? Go ahead, Judy.
Okay. In Article number 3, about a third of the in B, letter B, Paul Fraser was nominated as select person for a term of 1 year by Ed Flower, period. Ralph Coleman made the motion to close nominations. He doesn't make motions, that needs to be declared. He declared, and actually I checked to see if that was carried through, and yes, the word declare follows all the other motions around the closing nominations. So it's just that one, changing the word made to declare. Or declare.
So declare the
We'll
nominations.
declare the nominations.
The nominations
Yes.
closed.
Yes, that's the only one that I saw.
Is there anything else that you found, Judy?
No, I don't, I'm sorry. That's
Paul?
it.
Yeah, a couple of things. I think if you look to Article number 5, first line, Ed Fowler made the motion for the voters increase. I think we should insert the word to. Motion for the voters to increase the select board stipend. And Article number 7.
But we want to take out David, is it just David?
Oh, I'm sorry, I
Instead of
skipped over
the
that
chairs?
one. Yeah, I believe
You've
David.
known him by that name for a long time.
I know.
I know.
I think in voter registration, it's chairs and make.
It still is, okay. All right, so we'll leave it.
He's been, the time I've known him has only been me.
Yeah, but he could have said it's just me, but if it's
Sure.
voter registration, then it has to be like that.
Yeah. I guess maybe write a note to double check voter registration, because I'm pretty sure it's both names in that.
Okay.
Okay.
We have to go by that?
I believe you do. I think you do.
Okay.
Okay, that's an easy fix then.
Okay. Then on Article number 7, I think underneath the 1100, if you look where it says with, this is the line 4, with and scratch out the D and make that and 8% penalty. Added by state law, period. Change that comma to a period. Make the P in the word plus a capital P. That makes 2 sentences. Article number 8.
I think, oh, never mind. Go ahead.
Okay, Article number 8. Ray Valentine made a motion for the voters will authorize. I think it should be the voters to authorize. The word to replace the word will. And I think that's it. The only other thing is, I would like somewhere on the minutes to reflect the fact that our chair was honored by the State Assembly, and that honor was presented to her by Representative Goodwin.
But I think you just have to have motions in the minutes.
If that's the case, then we don't have to do that.
You know what, I think it was in the school portion when Tim came to speak. And it's in the school minutes.
Okay.
Before we went to the...
Because the school was
The
first.
school was first and then he
And then he
came, right.
came in the middle. And then
They finished.
we finished the school. We
So
started the town.
Okay.
Went to
You won't
lunch.
No, I know.
finished
I want
the
to see
town.
That could be...
Oh, they didn't do that last year.
Right, no, we were first last year.
Yeah.
Was that,
Town report?
Sears.
was that,
What do you
What do you mean?
I was just going to look to see if it went in the school
Oh, we don't have
Oh,
to-
minutes.
was the school portion suspended in order for him to give?
I believe so,
When this one,
yes. Yes, Ralph usually stops the meeting
Yes,
and then have him come in and
So,
speak. And then when he leaves, then they
yeah.
Good point.
restart the,
So,
but that doesn't go in ours.
No.
no, but it goes in the, it should go in the school.
In the
portion.
school.
Yeah, it should be in there. I
Right.
believe
Yeah.
it's in there. I guess one quick question. Do you want me to make these changes and then reprint it tonight so you can sign it all? And then I can also print up the school one so you can see that.
We can just look at it, but we cannot correct the school when the school board has to.
No,
correct
the
it.
school board.
But
does
you
not.
just want to see the
See that.
Yeah.
You could do that
Okay.
if you don't mind.
Well, since it won't be reflected in the minutes, I still think our chair should be commended for her work,
Coming down the ski slope.
for surviving the mountain, but also for the information that we got from Representative Goodwin.
There's no,
He's
you
not
know,
entered
this
there at
doesn't
all.
even mention.
Well, he won't be
Zero.
mentioned here.
Right.
He won't be mentioned here, because it was in the school.
See, now let's think about that for a second. In truth, we accommodated his time frame.
Right, we always have.
We always have, that makes perfectly
It
good
doesn't matter
sense.
who's there.
True. Having said that, he addressed the town issues, not the school issues. So even though it didn't have a lot of time for the school, it was nonetheless aimed at the town issues.
But if somebody wanted to ask him a question regarding the school issues,
Actually, he
was
did
supposed
talk
to.
about the school.
School, yes. I
He
mean-
talked
He could've done
about
both.
redistricting and things like
Right,
that.
right.
And so there was
Because they have to
some-
be at different places, so.
I know why we do it. I'm just thinking, it sounds like he was more town than school oriented. But
He was both.
Yeah.
He's there for both, the school.
so let's put him in both minutes.
1 minute's good.
I'm just looking at it, it looks like they never even recognized him
We're
last
spending a
year.
lot of time on it.
Oh, you mean last year? Oh,
Yeah. That he came at all.
Did he come last year?
Yes. Do you have those corrections for Pat?
Oh, I can give her my copy.
All right. And then, so she doesn't have to be
I
here.
was wondering if she, in her head or
What about,
And she's going to check with. And then we can vote on it once she brings it back to us.
Yeah. Do we have to do anything with the audit report?
No, just, we each have a copy of it, and we can't change it or anything.
Right.
That's, because I think we've already,
Did we do that? At any
did we
point?
approve that?
Did we do that at the town meeting?
No, we did not.
Because I know Terry talked about it, saying that
She had just
she
got it.
had just gotten it the day before.
Right, we just got it the day before, so we haven't had time to look at it.
Right,
But we'll do it the next meeting.
okay.
this is no big deal, but on C, I guess I can't
Which one
do
is
it
that?
without Paul here.
Right. We'll wait till he comes back,
Which,
unless you want
Well,
to
just,
change it.
Lou turned down the nomination, and then Peter Page was nominated by someone. Peter was not present, so Alexa Clark gave a reference from the fire department, but you
I
just
did.
sort of gave a reference.
I gave a
That he
reference.
talked to you and had nothing to do with it.
Right, right,
He
right.
mentioned that he was on the fire department.
Right, gave you reference. Okay, let me just tell you that.
I know
I have to take this part out.
Paul had questions about that
Okay.
same thing.
Okay.
I'll let you bring up why that was in there. And the other one that he had a question also, I'm kind of doing his report right now, is Lou bringing up the function of the town administrator. You see that? That's in number 5.
Well, he did do that. He did talk about
Yeah, he did.
it. Yeah. It was, I'm not sure exactly how it's in, but I think it's okay to leave that alone. Because
Okay,
he did talk about it.
yeah.
But it was an overall discussion of what it costs
Okay, Pat's going
the
to
town.
redo it and then we'll vote on it, so we'll get back to that.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay? Let's see, number 6. We had, I would like to add 2 more that came in today to our list of excess weight permits. We have the ones that I've listed. Camp Precast Concrete Product from Milton, Vermont. Miller Construction from Windsor. And Plimpton from Wardsboro Excavating. The 2 new ones are Basin Brothers from Westminster.
What brothers?
Basin
Okay.
and United Natural Foods from Chesterfield, New Hampshire. What is your pleasure?
They provide the appropriate paperwork as far as.
Yes, they have.
Then I would move that we accept them with the usual conditions.
Conditions.
So we'll paste the conditions that we paste on,
That's Pat.
Yep.
Okay.
referencing, yeah.
Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Any further discussion?
Just wondering what time we may, another meeting, we'll talk about the possibility of a fee for these permits?
Yes, we're gonna do a little
Yeah.
research. We're gonna do a little
Right,
research on
right,
these,
okay.
right. Mhm.
Who was the second one? I'm sorry, Mason Village.
United Natural.
United Naturals, United Natural Foods, Inc., from Chesterfield, New Hampshire. Do we have a second? Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion approved. Number 7, we have, oh, I know it's here somewhere. Wait a minute. There she is. This is a notification to the town of Jamaica from the state of Vermont stating their painting season, the white lines, yellow lines, they're going to run through April 1st through October 31st. If we're going to, they need to know if any of our roads are scheduled for repair or retreatment so that they could do that work at the same time. If we're not, then they don't have to be notified. If we are going to have work done, but it's done after their time frame, then we'll have to hire our own contractor to do the road, the painting of the road.
We've got at least the twin colors up at Delwood.
But that doesn't have lines.
It's paved. Is that not
It's
paved?
paved, but it doesn't have lines, does it?
It's supposed to if it's a class 2. I'm pretty sure it's the class 2 road, that section's paved. We paved it, we repaved it, and when we repaired it, and now we're having to go back and put in.
That's up on West Jamaica Road you're talking about?
No, it's on Pikes
Pikes Falls.
Falls Road.
Pikes
Yeah,
Falls Road.
it's on. What's that? It's on. Oh, I just said the word too. What's the road that's on? I mean, it's just the side of.
Harrington's.
No, well, it's close to that. Let me see.
Is Pikes
Oh,
Falls
no names,
class 2
I thought
or
it-
class 3? Pikes Falls, what is that, class 2 or 3?
I think it's class 2, isn't it?
That's what I thought, because it's paved.
Well, the parts of it are paved.
Does that have a...
Delwood. It's Delwood. It's just inside of Delwood.
I don't.
Oh, that little
I don't ever
drop down
remember
there?
seeing lines on that road.
Not fog lines, I don't think.
Not fog lines,
it's center lines, yeah.
Center line?
I don't even know. I don't even remember center line there.
I can't remember.
I don't. But we can check that out. And
Well, according to this map, they're class 2. This one is a class 2. I think it's the only one we have.
Which one, Pikes
Pikes
Falls?
Falls Road.
Yeah.
Well, the reason I bring that up is because it would not make sense for them to put the lines down and for us to tear it up.
okay, let's see here.
It's not supposed to make sense.
I'm so sorry.
Class 2.
I stand corrected.
It's always done that way.
Let's see.
You pave it and put culvert wells.
Well, yeah.
Okay, we'll have to check that out and get back to these people.
Yeah, let's at least, Terry and I'll sit down and try to make some sense out of what we expect to happen this year. Because we can't put them off forever. But if it looks like they're going to be tearing that up this year, and I don't believe there's any pavement for Culvert 32. I don't recall.
Okay, where's that?
It's on Pikes Falls Road. It's just the other side of, I can't remember the name of the crossroads. But I my mind, I believe that's not paved there. I'll have to check into it. But there's going to be work on Culvert 32 this year. There's going to be work on the twin
I'll
culvert
ask,
system.
I'll ask Keith. Keith couldn't be here tonight. He had to go to the airport.
Sure. And we should coordinate that. And it's good to know that they're thinking about painting, but we should coordinate that with what we
Right,
expect.
they're going to be doing all the state roads, and that was,
That would be good to know.
so we'll ask Keith about that,
Yeah.
okay? Number 8 is liquor license. We have liquor license applications from Asta Inc., Swiss Indian Restaurant, One application is for the outside consumption permit, and the second one is for first-class hotel license to sell malt and vinous beverages. The next one is, they're both 2014. This is a tobacco license renewal application from D&K's Jamaica Grocery. One is for tobacco license to sell tobacco, and 2 is for second-class license to sell malt and vinous beverages. All licenses to be approved, reviewed and approved by the select board.
Is Asda's asking for a first-class liquor license to sell, like, hard liquor too? Because that's what they usually do.
First class, yeah,
Okay.
first class hotel. Yeah, and theirs is a first class for liquor. Jamaica Grocery Store is second class because
Right,
it's
okay.
just beer and wine. And these are the applications. What is your pleasure?
I make a motion that we approve these applications.
Okay, do we have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion?
Yeah, is the Swiss Inn and Restaurant different than Asda's Incorporated?
No, but it's on the application, it says Asta Inc., Swiss Inn and Restaurant.
Oh.
So I just went by what they put on their application.
Okay.
If there's no further discussion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion approved. Let me see where, I have a couple things here that,
Do you just sign it, or do we all sign it?
we all sign it. Okay. Right here. Second
First.
page. I'll do the rest later.
Signing the liquor license for all.
Okay.
Did, Sean pass those down? Did everybody get them? Set? Pat, did everybody get set?
No, that's just the final one
Oh,
with the
okay.
corrections. I guess just take a look at it, double check the corrections. There it is. All those corrected ones. That's the final list.
Okay.
For your memory jogger, look at that same thing.
Okay.
How do you pull it up?
I think I got 2 spaces on that. Right?
No, the becoming much more control. Why are we not signing the top one? Let's see, we all signed.
Where it's approved, that's the upper
The
front.
back page.
This is
Second page
this
is,
one here, and then there's a, we're signing the,
the second page where it says approved.
okay, now we're on the first page where it says approved, what are you doing?
If there's only one page and it says approved, then you sign that.
Oh,
But if there's not a second page, so you won't sign the second
Okay.
page.
all right. Good. Ready to sign?
Oh, here's was the,
Oh, these are the two, I just slid them over to you underneath the other one you're doing. You said this is okay?
yeah.
Okay, we can't sign it yet, we have to approve it.
Oh. Okay.
Pass it down. Thank you. Okay, everybody went through the corrections,
Yes.
okay? Do we have a motion to approve the annual town meeting minutes?
I move that we accept the minutes as of annual town meeting as amended.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 The annual town meeting minutes are approved.
Did you just say something to me?
No.
Oh, okay. I was busy signing. Wasn't sure.
Okay, well, you're signing, we have a certification of compliance for town roads and bridges standards that we've adopted for a signature.
You sign this. I think everybody signed it.
I think so.
Where's the other ones?
Okay, thank you. We've certified that our adopted standards do meet or exceed the minimum requirements included in the January 23rd, 2013 V-Trans template. So that just needs our signature. And appointment of assistant town clerk, Terry Garland, that needs our signatures here. It has to be filed with the county clerk. Okay, we have to talk about street sweeping. And I know it doesn't look good right now because there's a lot of snow and ice, but it will be here shortly. Usually we have Bernie. They have been the only ones that have ever gave us a price. Well, didn't give us a price, but said they would do it, sort of a ballpark figure, and they've done it for the last few years. This year we received a request for street sweeping from Archie Clark, which is Archie Clark the third for the street sweeping. He gave us two options. Option one for $25.50 for just the street sweeping. Option two, $29.50 for sweeping the streets and sidewalks. Gurney would not give us a set price, and he usually charges in the ballpark. I believe it was around the same height. Terry was going to leave me the price, but I don't have it.
Terry got a call this morning from Archie
Yeah,
saying that, I guess it's Archie the third,
yeah.
was ill and he couldn't make it tonight. And the question was whether we would table that until he's had an opportunity to talk to the board.
Okay, why don't we do that then?
I would vote that we table this
Okay,
decision until we've had a chance to speak to him.
okay, that sounds good. We'll
Do we need a
that.
motion on that, or we just
No.
No, we can just table it.
table away?
Table away. Okay, this doesn't come under that. Okay. Okay, I would like to request that we go into executive session for real estate purposes.
May I ask a question? Can we do the layout
Oh,
while we're
yes,
still
I'm
on
sorry.
camera? And
Yes,
then we can do that, and then we can release the camera folk
okay,
and the crew.
because I forgot to put that on the thing, on the agenda.
So unless we can.
Okay,
just-
no, do that too. All right, sorry about that. All right.
Okay, I have completed the local emergency operations plan. I have tentatively dated an update for today. All this is involved really is, it's the plan, for those of you who know that, for all the emergencies, and it gets updated yearly. It contains phone numbers, dates, who to contact, and basically a checklist for when emergencies happen, what to go through to do that. It needs to be approved by the board. I would offer this up to be approved. And moving forward, that will be available in the clerk's office, my office, And we're going to take excerpts from this and put it in the fire trucks and in the town vehicles so that in case of a real bad emergency, we can't get to whatever. It's something that the rest of the towns are doing around us. They're putting the emergency operations plan in the town vehicles. And then we'll seal it up, stick it in the glove compartment and never see it again. But if something does go bad, that particular individual, I mean, those plans are available in the vehicles. So that's the only difference that's going to be between this one and the other one. We change it from basic emergency operation to local emergency operations. And we just change it, update it every year, but it's essentially the same thing we had last year.
Okay, I think I went over it.
Yeah, you've gone over it, I went over it. I meant to make copies for it, but I got another class today and I apologize.
It's very simple, just people who to contact.
Here, let me read this whole thing.
Read that whole thing, would you please?
We're going to adjourn the meeting, I need to sit here alone.
You are in it.
Yeah.
Yes, all the select board,
Well,
health
select board,
officer,
health
town
officer,
clerk, treasurer.
emergency coordinator, and the advantage of this, and quite honestly, is that, and it worked out nicely with Irene, for which we have Dinah Reed to thank. We sat down at the emergency operations center, and we had a template from which to operate. We had people to call. We knew who was in charge of what sorts of things have to be done. There's an emergency contact list that involves pretty much all the players in town. Their phone numbers, their email addresses, and that sort of thing. And I've confirmed with everybody, everything's tight. We have an opening, of course, for the next select board member. And so the numbers are tight. I put in a map. I've added a map this year of the village, which helps us identify where the streets and towns are, because it's a good little map. That was missing. They've added that this year. It's just a template, and it, frankly, it gathers dust until there's an emergency or until I revise it next year. So plan on no emergencies.
So we need a motion to approve it.
Can I make the motion we approve it?
Sure.
I make the motion we approve it.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion?
I think we should also authorize me to sign for it, since it says senior local official reviewing this plan, and I put my name down because I did it.
That's fine.
Good.
All right,
Done.
okay, no further discussion, all in favor, say aye.
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 Okay. Leon,
I have a couple things. One is, I'm going to ask a question, then I'll tell you why. What's happening with our, or what's an update on the 4 homes? I haven't really heard, and I know people are asking that same question.
3 homes have been closed, the town owns 3 properties. And they're together, there's Tracy Payne's, Corinne Hardy's, and David Canishero's. Brett Morrison's, he has not made any contact with Two Rivers yet as to what he wants to do with his property. So what we're going to do is, we've had the closings on the 3, so the town now owns those 3 parcels.
Right.
When spring comes, we'll have to put an RFP out. So a construction company will come and just clean it up.
The 3?
Just those 3, yeah.
Okay.
And we'll, there's already surveys of the properties. So we'll know exactly where we have to go, where the construction person has to go, where they have to clean up. And once that's done, and then seed it down and whatnot. The fella that's supposed to take Tracy's barn, he's waiting for, I think, better weather to come and mark it. We're hoping that he comes soon. Hopefully in April we'll warm up that he can come and get rid of that. And I'm sure it'll all work out. It just
Is
seems
there a
like-
time frame on the 4th house that we have?
No, there's no time frame. I asked Bob
Okay.
Ennis that, and he said there was no time frame. But I imagine they're, 10 years from now, I'm sure, I don't know, I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
I've never wrote anything about a time frame on it.
No,
Everybody that passes is so anxious to unload their property and cut their losses that it's never come up before.
Yeah.
right.
At least that I'm aware of.
So I don't know what's happening. Because he has to deal with Two Rivers, and
So
It's
it's
a-
not between
it's not
us
between
and...
us, no, it's between Two Rivers and him, and then it's between Two Rivers and us.
Okay. The reason why I was also curious, was that in the Stratton magazine, there was an article about the youth corps that was available for municipalities in doing some type of environmental work if we ask. And that also that they would help us find grants to help do some of the work of some public.
Well, the
land.
Two
So
Rivers
I
is
don't
going to
know.
pay 100% of
Okay.
the cleanup. We were going to have to pay, I believe it was 25%.
Uh-huh.
But email came through a couple months ago, and they decided that they're going to pay the whole thing. So it won't cost the town anything for the cleanup.
Uh-huh. Oh, so we are.
So it will be okay,
Okay.
we'll be all
So
set.
then that would be
Yeah.
not really important to us. The second thing is the well. Just an update, supposedly Ron Bell was supposed to come the end of last week. I haven't been in touch with him to begin to do some of the work on the permitting and all the work that he has to do for the engineering piece. We've also run into somewhat of a glitch with an easement issue, and so we're trying to work that out. And but that's where it is right now with the okay.
Yeah, thanks a lot for stating that. That turned out to be a lot more than anybody
But you
expected.
know what? Hearing Lou talk about the sidewalks,
Oh, yeah. There was
that, I think that comes with the territory.
yeah.
So it doesn't throw me for a loop.
Andy, you have?
Just, our deputy health officer term is coming to an end at the end of this month. And Joel Beckwith held that position for 3 years and is willing to do it again.
Okay.
So we just, would the select board give a brief statement noting why we think he should be recommended. And I just put down he served as a past selectman board member. He's on the fire department, past deputy health officer, trained in, what do you call that, pandemic? Flu
God
EMT.
bless you.
So I just have to, Lexa has to sign it and then we send it on our way.
Okay, we can have a motion to approve.
I would move that we reapprove. Say reapprove?
No, we approve.
Approve.
It's a reappointment.
Approve the reappointment. I knew there was a read in there somewhere. We approve the reappointment of Joel Beckwith as the deputy health officer.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, whoops, you want to say
I was just
something?
going to say thank you, Joel.
Yes, thank you, Joel.
Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Joel is our assistant deputy.
So I guess the start date would be April 1st.
I believe so.
Okay.
Paul, do you have anything before we?
That's just that one.
Okay. I'd like to request that we go into executive session at 7:58.
I was so moved.
Thank you, Pat.